Hey, Space Guy Bob here. He's traveling around lifting some weights. Here on Earth, he can lift 150 pounds, his own weight. He's not a trained athlete or anything, just an average guy. Time to go. Okay, Bob, let's see how much you can lift elsewhere in the universe. First up, the sun. Woo, it's so hot. Best to go there at night. Just kidding. Anyway, Bob's a robot. He can handle the heat. The sun doesn't have a solid surface, so he won't leave the spacecraft. A 3-ounce donut weighs about 5 pounds on the sun, 27 times heavier. It's all about mass and density. More mass, more density, more gravity. Time to blast off, Bob. Next up, Mercury. Gravity here is way weaker. When Bob jumps on a scale on Mercury, he weighs 2.5 times less. What a beast. Here he can lift 375 pounds, about as much as a medium-sized donkey, a pretty confused and seriously lost donkey. Hee-haw. Bob's got to get going. It's getting kind of hot. Mercury is the nearest planet to the sun, and it can heat up to about 800 degrees. But Mercury rotates super slowly, so at nighttime, it's a shocking minus 274. Venus. Ooh, it's good that Bob has iron lungs, because humans can't breathe normally here. Venus is called Earth's sister because it's about the same size. Our planet's only a little larger, so gravity here is almost the same. Bob can lift his 150-pound clone, and this clone could hold a cute little dog in its arms. Okay, off to the moon. Bob's feeling pretty strong here. Gravity on the moon is 6 times less than on the Earth, so Bob can lift the lunar rover with ease. Actually, he can lift 2, 1 in each hand. That's about 880 pounds. Alan Shepard is the only person ever to play golf on the moon. A moon golf ball weighs less than half an ounce. One good swing, and that thing is gone. Turns out, there's water on the moon's surface. It's not an ocean or even a bit of ice, just some water molecules. The Sahara Desert has 100 times more H2O than here, but still a pretty amazing discovery. Mars. If you're ever there, you'll feel a pleasant lightness and strength. Mars' gravity is 2.5 times weaker than Earth's, so you could hold your own against professional athletes as long as they stay on Earth. Bob can lift a motorbike on Mars, and there's loads of parking. Bob's been hitting the weights pretty hard. Time for a break. Maybe check out the view. Because of the dust and atmosphere, the sunset here is blue. On the horizon, he can see a giant mountain. It's Olympus, the tallest mountain in the whole solar system. Now, let's fly up a little. Phobos. It's one of 2 moons orbiting Mars. Up here, Bob can barely feel gravity. He can lift a school bus. And if Bob decides to jump, it'll be the longest jump in history, because he'll never return to the surface of Phobos again. Don't open the door, Bob. This is Jupiter, a gas giant. There's no solid surface here. Bob would just fall into a cloud of gas. But Jupiter is 317 times heavier than Earth, so gravity here is actually really strong. Bob's legs feel like jello. It's not even that easy to stand up. The most he can lift is about 60 pounds. Time for a confidence boost. Europa is one of Jupiter's many moons, and Bob's loving it up here. He can lift well over 1,000 pounds. That's like an adult horse. With this kind of strength on Earth, he'd be strong enough to flip over a car or even a small bus. But Europa's surface feels bizarre. Bob feels almost weightless, and he's a little scared to move. Imagine feeling you might fly away any second. Better start putting on some weight if you want to stay here. All the cake you can eat. Saturn. This one's also a gas giant. Bob's gonna chill on board his spaceship. Here, Bob's almost as strong as he is on Earth. The max weight he can carry is a cool 140 pounds. Now, Bob's not going to stick around for long. The wind's so strong here, and its atmosphere is full of ammonia. Pretty dangerous, even for Bob. Titan. Like Titanic. No, not really. The second largest moon in the solar system, and there's a lot going on there. Imagine a huge ocean of water hidden under ice and lakes made of strange liquids. There's liquid ethylene, methane, butane, propane. Those are gases on Earth. Even though he can't live here, and he certainly can't chill at the local beaches, Bob can still show off his mad strength. Here he can lift 7 adults, about 1,000 pounds. That's like holding a small walrus in your hands, which I wouldn't recommend. Uranus. This place is an icy giant. It's the coldest planet in our solar system. But the weird thing is, it doesn't have a solid surface. Good thing Bob brought an extra blanket. It can get as cold as minus 373 degrees. Gravity's only a bit weaker here than on Earth, so Bob can't show off his muscles. Plus, he's a robot, so he doesn't have any. But he can still lift something as heavy as a small tractor wheel. Hey, nice job, Bob. Neptune. Gravity is stronger here. On Earth, Bob could lift 150 pounds. Here, only about 132. And just like Saturn, the wind is on overdrive, over 1,300 miles per hour. That's even faster than an F-22 Raptor. Pluto. Don't worry, Bob knows it's not a real planet, but it's way calmer here than on Neptune. Bob should set up a gym here for sure. The total weight an average person can lift here is about 1 ton, and you could jump 25 feet in the air. Pluto Olympics would be so epic. Except too much jumping on Pluto can be dangerous. You don't want to, actually jump into outer space. Way off in the future, humans might want to live on other planets, so Bob needs to do a little exploring outside our solar system. Proxima Centauri b. It's only slightly larger than the Earth, and the gravity here is almost the same. Bob feels right at home. He can easily lift up his metallic co-pilot, who also weighs 150 pounds. Kepler 452b. This planet's only a little bit bigger than ours, but it's much denser and heavier. Gravity's almost twice as strong. Bob can flex all he wants, but he can barely lift 2 buckets of water. Ooh, maybe time to call the Sorcerer's Apprentice. But Bob's got bigger problems. Best case scenario, flying to Kepler 452b takes about 26 million years. That's over 50 million years round trip. Better bring some snacks. LHS 1140b. This is an excellent candidate for our future home, but gravity here can get a little uncomfortable. It's 3 times stronger than Earth's. Bob gets out to walk around and he instantly feels like he's doing a loop on a roller coaster. His max lift here is his beloved Robo Labrador, weighing about 46 pounds. Neutron star. Bob's way outside the solar system now. Even though it's small, a neutron star is incredibly heavy and has really strong gravity. It's one of the heaviest objects in the universe. Still, its surface has a thin crust of solid matter, so Bob can land his spaceship. But here, our poor little robot is totally powerless. He can't even lift a match or a needle. Bob can't even lift himself up. The gravity's so strong, it flattens him into a robot pancake. Bye-bye, Bob.